welcome to my 2024 recap. So this has actually been really nice just to think about the positive. So I've just been thinking about the positive things that have brought me joy from this year. And when I look back on this year, things that I want to look back on fondly and the moments that just brought me so much joy, because there's so many of them. So I actually struggled to even make the 10, and I've even got some bonus ones because there's so many moments this year that I'm proud of, and just when I think back, it just makes me smile. This year's been a bit of a weird one. I think it's been a year when I've taken on a lot for myself. I've been trying a lot of things, which has left me a bit overwhelmed at times. But I think this year, without sounding incredibly cheesy, is the most confident in myself I've just ever felt. I just feel completely myself, completely able to be myself. I feel like I don't have to hold anything back. I feel like I'm more confident in my abilities than ever, in my career than ever. Just so much confidence that I've got gained from this year, from the start to end. I think I've seen the most personal growth in myself. So that's probably number one, which isn't even on the list. But here's my 10 top moments from this year, and I'll also talk about maybe some things that I want to take into 2025 as well. Number 10 is I ran a half marathon in I'm gonna wear it. I never wear this. In May. I started running like 2 years ago now, so maybe the end of 2022 is when I started properly running, and I couldn't run anything. I could run a couple of kilometers, which was a big achievement for me at the time, and then I built up to a 10k in the summer of 2023, and then it was in the autumn of 2023, and I was like, you know what? I know myself. If I set a goal of doing a half marathon, I'll do it. And the vibe was great. It was the Great Manchester Run. I just felt like that. I didn't even listen to my headphones for the whole thing. I just ran. It was just a joyous day. And my favourite moment of the day was I was about to leave, and my mum thought she was going to be late, and my partner just sorted me off. And my mum thought she was going to be late seeing me, and she was like crying, and she was like, John, like, and she just saw me in time to go off, and she was like, I'm so happy I got to see you. That was my highlight of it, as well as finishing it in a time that was, I'm very proud of, 2 hours and I think 10 minutes it was in total. So I was pretty proud of that. I'm debating doing it again in 2025 as well, just for the joy of it, not to like even try and beat it, just because I think it keeps me running, it gives me a reason to run, and I just enjoyed it. It was a great day. Anyway, that was too long on number 10. Number 9, I went on so many weekend breaks that I absolutely loved this year, with friends, with family. I went to Copenhagen in January with my friend Mabel, which was just the perfect way to start the year, and we've already booked one for this January, just a cheap getaway in Porto, which I'm excited for. Went to Amsterdam with my parents, and we also visited Utrecht, which is a place that I worked before. Went to Gothenburg with my friend Mabel in September, to Sweden, which was just like 2 days, but it was just so nice, just like pot around the city. There wasn't a lot to do, it was just great. Went to Paris with my friend Aaron, which was just so nice. Went to Disney, and we both like haven't travelled together in so many years, so that was really nice. Had the best time, and I feel like I forgot even some off the top of my head of where else I've been, but so many good trips that I've enjoyed, so many weekend breaks that have just brought me so much joy and just been so fun. Just like little breather. I love being away because I just feel like there's nothing to do but be a tourist and just take pictures, and that's it. I love it. Number 8 was going to Manchester Pride this year. I just loved it. I only went for the one day. I didn't go for the full weekend in the end, but I saw Loreen, who I love, at the end of the day. Me and James, my partner, just had such a good time just dancing on the streets. Like, just so joyous. I watched the full parade for the first time. I've never seen it all. And I just felt really wholesome, really happy. And I think I was just thinking back to maybe like the 5 years ago me, thinking of myself now with my fiance at Manchester Pride, having the best time, was just joyous. Number 7 was turning 29 in Prague. I turned 29 this year in June, and we went to Prague for the weekend, which is kind of a weekend break, kind of the same as 9, but it was different because it was my birthday as well. And it was just, honestly, I think my favourite birthday ever. It was so fun. I just enjoyed it. It was so nice just to be a tourist, and I'd love to go back. I ate at this restaurant on my actual birthday, which I think was one of my favourite places I've ever eaten before. We also did some things that I'm not going to say in this video, but some things that were also on a list that I was trying to tick off of things I want to do before my 30, which was loads of fun. And yeah, it was a great time. Number 6, I had my best wedding season to date. So my sort of side hustle, well, not side hustle, my business, I'm gonna say. I've been filming wedding videos under John Joseph Wedding Films. If you want to check me out for a while, I'll put a link below. And this year was just, I had the most bookings ever in the summer, which just felt amazing. And just, I've had 5-star reviews across the board from all of the couples, and I'm so happy. It just brings me joy. It's just such like a nice job like to have, and it goes so well alongside my other creative work, because it means I'm working for myself, which is nice, and I can set my own schedule, but also do something that still makes me happy, which is, you know, create a wedding video that hopefully a couple is gonna love for a lifetime and treasure. So that brings me a lot of joy. And this summer was just really busy, so it brought me a lot of joy and happiness. If you want a wedding video or know someone getting married, hit me up. Number 5, this is a bit of a career related one again, but there was a bit of a controversy when my acting agent, I'm an actor, actually was in the news for a lot of bad stuff, let's say. If you know, you know. And I left them immediately, and it's been a big thing, but a lot of good come from it, which included getting my new agent. So I represented by a new agent earlier in the year, and not long after, which just felt like the perfect timing and the right fit. And all year I just feel like they've understood me completely. They've just got me tapes that are just so me, like self-tapes, auditions. I just feel so welcomed, and so like there's that line of communication back and forth. And I met them when they came to see my show in the summer. So yeah, that's just brought me a lot of joy this year, just having that shift in energy from an agent where I didn't really feel like they were pushing me or going anywhere. Well, and we found out why. And one that just wouldn't reply to my emails. To an agent that just feels so supportive and so welcoming, and I feel like I can ask anything to, and has my best interests at heart as well as me having theirs. Number 4, I did a course with Curtis Brown, which was writing a memoir course, and it was a 6-month course. I wanted to do this for years, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I waited. I nearly did this in 2019 when I was writing this book about sort of like dating. I didn't really know who I was to write a book yet. Like, it was crazy, but I wrote some little journal stuff down, and it was more therapeutic than anything. And if anything, I think writing that helped me discover my sexuality. But then I came back to this year writing something about health anxiety, which I did a little vlog about for the channel as well. And it's been amazing. I'm so proud of myself this year. I'm proud of my confidence again in my writing. I love writing so much, and I've written a short film script that I want to produce in the new year. I want to too many things, but I want to turn sort of this memoir that I've been writing with the course, maybe even into a one-man show. But I think this is some of the best stuff that I've ever done. Some of my best work in anything ever has been this memoir that I've been writing about health anxiety, and I feel so excited about it, so passionate about it, and I really want to get it out there into the world to manifesting that for 2025. And the course was so encouraging. There were so many talented writers on there, but I feel like I learned so much from, but also just receiving the feedback that I got was just mind-blowing. Like, I was fully expecting everyone to be like, you know, what are you doing here? Full imposter syndrome, like, and it was the complete opposite of that. It was like such an excited response that just inspired me so much. So I'm just so proud of that. And that's one of my achievements from this year. Number 3, this is a really random one, but me and my partner got into a game called Disney Lorcana. It's like a card game. This has brought me so much joy this year, this card game. I think it's just been my favourite pastime because it's not on a screen. It's something me and my partner both love. We've been collecting the cards. I got an enchanted card as well. I would love to do more stuff on YouTube about it, but I don't know if people would want to watch it. Maybe I'd have to do another channel. Tell me what you think about that. But I've just had so much joy from Disney Lorcana. Like, me and my partner play it. It's a card game. We collect the cards. It's just been joyous. I don't have anything else to say about it apart from that. Number 2 is something I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, but performing on stage this year has been some of my favourite experiences on stage ever, and I think it comes from the confidence in my abilities and just finding the joy in what I love, which is performing. Whether it be music, whether it be, I did a show called Natter in the summer, which was just so fun, and hopefully we're doing it maybe at the Fringe at some point in the future as well. Also doing a musical in the summer, which was about gay visibility in tennis, which was so fun. Singing some of my songs live, but with the most confidence that I've had this year. It's just all been some of my favourite moments on stage ever, and I feel like that self-doubt is just that I've had sort of in the past, or anxiety that I've had in the past going on stage, is a lot. It's a very different feeling, and it's more of an excitement. Like, I've been excited to be on stage nearly every time. I did a little show earlier in December as well, which was just a really nice way to finish 2024, because it was a nice chance to be on stage. It was a queer show again. It was in Manchester, where I live, and the response was just amazing. It was so much fun. I loved it. I'm just finding the joy in being on stage and performing, which I've loved. Bonus round. I've seen some amazing gigs this year. I've seen Kim Petras, Janelle Monáe, Troye Sivan, London Grammar, Romy. I even feel like I'm forgetting someone, but some of my favourite gigs ever this year as well. Like, I think standout maybe being Janelle Monáe and Romy, but both just whoa. And they were both at Factory International, which is a new venue in Manchester, which I loved the venue of. But bonus round for that. Building my YouTube, another bonus. I've loved posting a bit more to my channel. This right now. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to do a little video maybe talking about what I've learned from this year and what I could maybe do differently in the new year, but I've really enjoyed posting more to YouTube. I was also a bridesman this year, never been a bridesman before, so the hen party, singing at the wedding, like all of it was just overwhelmingly amazing for such a dear friend. So that was an amazing experience that I feel so lucky to have been a part of. My fiance also turned 30, so we went to a spa for the weekend called Hallcross Hall, and that was definitely one of my highlights of the year, because I don't think I've ever been as relaxed in my entire life. All the food was included. We had a massage, I had a facial. It was just, I think, and it snowed outside, just as like in this like country manner. It was just the perfect, and there was jacuzzis outside while it was snowing. It was the perfect, perfect birthday, even though it wasn't my birthday, but it was just so lovely to share that with him. And a final couple more. I released a song called Shadow. Music's been a bit of a tricky one for me this year. Like, as much as I've enjoyed some things of music this year, I've had a lot of rejection this year, and also a lot of writer's block this year, especially earlier this year, which has unlocked as the year's gone on. So 2025 is definitely a time that I want to grow my garden of music again, because it's just something that brings me so much joy. But I released a song called Shadow with a dear friend of mine from Germany, which I'm really proud of. And also just some things like spending time with my cats, which just brings me so much joy, and family and friends through the year. Just some other bonus stuff. Number one, my highlight of this year. Oh, this is going to sound a bit lame, maybe, but it was my highlight of the year, if I think back. In May, we went on a 2-week all-inclusive holiday to Kos, and I honestly think possibly 2 of the greatest weeks of my life. Like, I've never felt so relaxed in my entire life. 2 weeks of it. Like, it took me a few days to even get into it, and then we met so many people. I just spent every day laughing. We played lots of Locana. The sun was just the perfect amount. We took a day trip to a volcano. All the food was delicious. The resort was amazing. We made some friends who are still even speaking to now. Every day and every night was just so filled with joy, and I just think it's just so joyous. Like, I want to do it every single year, and I'm hoping that we get the chance to do an all-inclusive last year, and I know how incredibly lucky we are to be able to do that. And we're very well deserved as well. Like, we work very hard, and those 2 weeks were just needed for me, because I do so many things work-wise, and I'm an actor, I've got my wedding business, and I do music, so a lot of things that I'm doing. Sometimes it's really nice just to be away, because it means that there's nothing to do. Like, I'm actually away. Like if I'm home and I'm taking a day off, I'll still do something. I'll still send some emails. I'll still try and create something. I'll still be like, oh, there's something I can do. But if I'm away, I'm away. I'm gone. I'm away. Nothing can happen. And it was just joyous. Yeah, that's my roundup of the year. Thinking back of all these things making me smile. And I think this year has been, personal life-wise, very up and down because of a lot of overwhelm that I've had due to taking on too much, which I know is something that I need to not do going into 2025. Going into 2025, I want to focus my energy a bit more. I'm just going to focus on a few things for early 2025, cut back, have more time just for joy, for just like spending time with myself, with people I love, doing things I love. Not everything's about working, not everything's about achievements. And I think that is something that I'm trying to lose as I'm going into my 30s. Oh God, I turn 30 next year. Crisis. You're just catching a crisis at the end of this. But when I think back at 2024, there's so many joys, and I'm really glad I made this video actually, just because it made me make this list and made me sort of like chat back. So I hope I'll look back on this video in 10 years time and be like, that was, I did a lot that year. That was not did a lot. I had a lot of joy. It's not about what I did. It's about the joy. So yeah, feeling very lucky, very grateful. And I feel like I've just ended the year in such a happy place. So yeah, I'm feeling very happy and excited for what the year ahead comes. Feel free to subscribe. I'm doing videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, random stuff, trying a lot of random stuff, but generally my channel is about finding ways to make life a little bit easier with my channel, Ease with John, which makes sense. Enjoy the rest of your day.